on the mend. About 11 Schnauzer mixed dogs are here at County Animal Hospital in Mason. They were taken from a home on the west side of Cincinnati earlier this week.
They covered in fleas, live fleas. They have, one of them had puncture wounds on his underside. Not sure what that's from. And he also had open sores from flea bites.
Sherry Wynett, a volunteer, says their former owner, a woman in her 60s, called Heart Animal Rescue, unable to care for at least 25 dogs.
To know that they're living like this and to know that there are more living like this, that's hard. That's really hard.
She says their owner passed them through a doorway to volunteers. Some were missing clumps of hair, and all were malnourished. Wynett says they were eating things like pasta instead of dog food.
If I were to, you guess, she probably has a huge heart, couldn't let any of them go, and they just keep breeding in her house.
She says these pups have been cleaned and given medical attention. She believes at least 14 more need help.
Our plan is to go get in contact with her and get more.
All right, back here live tonight, the owner of the dogs not facing any legal problems or any charges out of this, according to volunteers we spoke with tonight. They tell us they do plan to go and try and get more of those dogs by the end of the week. We're live in Mason tonight. Dan Griffin, WLWT News 5.
All right, thanks a lot, Dan. Volunteers say today one of the dogs was taken to a foster home. They say many of the other dogs still need a new home. Other news right now, a Boone County church hosting a prayer vigil for the chaperones hit by falling bricks on a Covington field trip. 4 adults were hurt Thursday while they were taking 8th graders from Immaculate Heart of Mary School to the parish kitchen in Covington. Tonight, the Burlington Church will pray the rosary every hour for their recovery. They started at 7 o'clock tonight and they will continue until 7 tomorrow morning. Police across the country are now dealing with a new scary prank. You see, social media accounts with clown names and photos are sending threats to schools. In our area, police have made 8 arrests in these so-called creepy clown cases. Well, just this morning, Reading police say a woman reported a clown attack her with a knife, but they say Alexandra Conley's story did not add up, and she later admitted to making it all up just to try to keep her job when she was late. Conley faces 1 count of making false alarms. Well, students in Missouri at a school there talked about online messages they received. They say the clowns told the kids they would come after their friends and even their school.
They said they were going to the high schools and they were going to kidnap the kids and kill the teachers walking to their cars and stuff.
Yeah, a lot of kids are scared about this. Police have stepped up security in several school districts. They say so far none of the threats has been credible, but some schools have seen their attendance drop. A school janitor will be arraigned on Monday accused of stealing a student's medication from the school nurse's cabinet. The Clark County Sheriff says surveillance video caught Kevin Williams stealing Adderall from a school in Springfield, just northeast of Dayton. The drug is used to treat a sleeping disorder. He confessed to 2 separate incidents. He's now in jail on felony theft charges. Volunteers made their way through 2 local neighborhoods to keep kids safe today. Cincinnati Children's Hospital offering free child proofing to families in need. Today, about 24 volunteers knocked on doors in Norwood, that area hit by the flooding back in August. They also made their first trip into Reading to hand out safety equipment to family with young kids.
You can get your safety gate. We can talk to you about what a safety gate does, but when we leave, we put that safety gate in, so it's actually actively working.
Now, Children's Hospital telling us it has recorded, I should say, as high as a 60% drop in child ER visits from homes where they've actually installed the safety equipment, and they plan to head to Price Hill in November. A new law hopes to prevent painkiller dependence for Ohio workers hurt on the job. This law provides oversight for opiate prescriptions through the Bureau of Workers' Comp. The Bureau will now only reimburse doctors following the best practices for prescription. It will also offer workers treatment for opiate dependence if they started using the drugs through a workers' comp claim. Thousands of walkers came together to show support for the 5 million people suffering from Alzheimer's. This year's Walk to End Alzheimer's raised more than $800,000 for the local association. You see, they provide free services for families year-round. People who have seen this disease firsthand will tell you they don't feel so alone when they come to the walk.
As they walk, these pinwheel flowers are rotating, and it's symbolic of, there's seasons to our life, right? And when you come upon a disease like Alzheimer's, it steals away so much of who you are, and we will not stand for that any longer.
Now, organizers of today's Walk to End Alzheimer's say they'll keep coming back every year until they can find a cure. This walk is the Alzheimer's Association of Greater Cincinnati's largest yearly fundraiser. And today kicks off Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and a couple local soccer teams work to kick cancer itself. Northwest and Colerain High Schools teamed up for the Breast Cancer Awareness Game. They wore special pink jerseys and raffled off items to fight cancer. A 2016 Northwest grad created this event when his aunt was diagnosed with cancer about 3 years ago.
We were just trying to help her know that she wasn't alone in the whole situation. We actually did recently, she lost her battle in June of this year. So this really does mean a lot. And with all these people here, we are truly blessed just for the community coming together like they are.
Now, in between the girls and boys varsity games, the teams recognize breast cancer victims, survivors, and people currently fighting this disease. They also encourage fans to pink out the stands. Today's game raised $1,500. Fairfield firefighters and EMTs also taking part in Breast Cancer Awareness Month. The city tweeted this photo of the special pink shirts first responders will wear to show their support for the cause. A truck driver busted with hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of pot. How Indiana State Police say this man tried to hide the drugs and what tipped off a trooper. Plus, Jamaicans preparing for Hurricane Matthew. The new warning from the Prime Minister as this storm strengthens into one of the most powerful storms in nearly a decade.
And we're still tracking some rain showers across the tri-state when they move out, and an update on Matthew straight ahead. You're watching Cincinnati's WLWT News 5.
You're watching WLWT News 5, leading the way.
Welcome back, everyone. A California man is being held in an Indiana jail after state police say a stench from his semi got him busted with some pot. A state trooper pulled over Richard Sherman on Interstate 70 for a routine safety check when he noticed an overwhelming smell of yellow mustard. State police say Sherman was transporting nearly 50 pounds of marijuana covered in mustard. They say the drugs have a street value of nearly $250,000. The presidential debate expected to be a big part of Saturday Night Live season premiere tonight. Suicide Squad star Margot Robbie will host the show. SNL released a teaser featuring Kate McKinnon and Alec Baldwin as Clinton and Trump during the debate. Both of the real candidates appeared on the show last season.
I'm glad I'm not one of the writers who has to take on all of the political material and try to write something funnier than what's being said.
Both the Clinton campaign and the Trump campaign are definitely going to be watching on Saturday night to see how their candidates are portrayed. They may not have any say in how they come off, but they certainly care.
And of course, we will be watching too. You can watch the debut on our sister station right after WLWT News 5 at 11. The latest Artworks mural honors the city's playful past. It's called Cincinnati Toy Heritage. You can find it downtown on Court Street, just steps from Kenner Street. The street and artwork both honor Kenner Toys. The Cincinnati company created Star Wars and other collectibles before Hasbro bought it out. Artworks is calling October Mural Month, so expect to see more paint around the town. Cultures came together over in Newport in honor of the International Day of Peace. The World Peace Festival offered dance, music, and food from all across the world. Inside Newport on the Levee, this year's theme was Peace as a Human Right.
We spend a lot of time thinking about war and funding war, and we think that we should think about peace and how to fund peace and celebrate peace.
Organizers invited groups from countries experiencing unrest. They wrapped up the Peace Festival by ringing the World Peace Bell. Covington celebrating Kentucky's bluegrass heritage today.
Hey, hey,
the Devou Grass Festival ran all afternoon at Devou Park. It featured musical and circus performances along with food trucks and arts and crafts. This year, the city of Covington combined its fall festival with Devou Grass.
I didn't think love could feel like you were dying.
What a nice voice, huh? A country music star who's already singing in front of thousands of Reds fans headed to the farm today. BuzzFeed named Caitlin Baker one of the country's 15 brightest rising stars. She talked to us about her latest music videos, including Heart of Appalachia, before her performance at the Aurora Farmers Fair.
There's so many beautiful different mountains and just different scenery that is just breathtaking, and a lot of the places that are in the video are actually things that I've done, and it's just a really exciting thing for me to look back on it and see that the Heart of Appalachia Tourism Authority liked it enough to actually pick it as their theme song.
Again, a very talented young lady. Chase Bryant took the stage right about 8:30, but the Aurora Farmers Fair will rock until 11 o'clock tonight. Other news now, Jamaica's Prime Minister warning people to prepare for a major hurricane. The Category 5 storm, Matthew, is projected to be the largest hurricane to threaten Jamaica in nearly 30 years. Today, people in the capital stocked up on water, food, and other emergency items. The Prime Minister said if they ignored evacuation orders, first responders may not be able to get to them.
What we have control over is our ability to prepare, and we hold firmly to the view that our preparation can reduce loss of life and damage to property and treasure.
I should tell you, Matthew is the strongest Atlantic hurricane since 2007. It's forecast to make landfall near Jamaica's only oil refinery on Monday. And I said it's a 5. It is now down to a 4, you were saying, as I was reading that. It did hit a 5 at one point.
It hit a 5 last night, but it's still a very powerful storm, and over the next 24 hours, it's going to bounce back and forth between a 4 and a 5.
And when we say that, we should, I know you say it all the time, but a 5 is 160
mile an hour plus winds, and that's right around the core of the storm, and now it's down to 150, so you can see only 10 miles an hour down, 150 mile an hour wind, still very dangerous. In fact, this is a look at Matthew right now, and we put some color to the radar and to the satellite imagery here, so you can really make out that eye right in the center of your screen. You can see that little yellow dot popping out in the last few minutes. That's actually the eye reemerging, and that's a bad sign. That means the storm is getting stronger, and I wouldn't be surprised with the next advisory if it's back to that Category 5 status. Right now it's stationary, but it is forecast to move northward. Here's Jamaica, there's the island of Hispaniola, Haiti, and then just to the north of that we have Cuba. Eventually it'll make its way through those islands as a Category 4, then it should weaken temporarily before strengthening as it rolls through the Bahamas, and then eventually it may make landfall either along the Florida coast, perhaps even the Carolinas by the middle to latter half of next week, or it may go out to sea. Something we'll have to keep a very close eye on, because even as it rolls through the Bahamas, it's expected to have winds of 115 miles an hour, and a Category 3 is still classified as a major hurricane, which could produce some incredible damage. Taking a look across our area, we're looking at cloudy skies yet again, and a few scattered rain showers too. These showers have popped up in the last half hour or so. You can see them out around Riley heading towards Collinsville. A few more rain showers just to the north of Trenton and Middletown. And then as we take a look to the west side of Cincinnati, down through Sailor Park, you may be seeing a few light drizzle showers here and there. The same for Lawrenceburg and Aurora. Most of us will stay dry, but a few hit or miss rain showers can't be ruled out as we head on through the overnight. Winds out of the